Going live.
Right, we are testing something new, and hopefully it will work. I want to try and go live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so bear with me if we get any technical hitches. Michelle's just off to the side here. I'm actually just in the middle of making a coffee, fresh coffee. Got this great little grinder. I'll explain to you how I've been using this. I've actually been making my 2 or 3 coffees a day every day with this brand. What are they called? Michelle, it's all worn off now.
Is it the side? No, the 10
Hario. So it's a Hario grinder. Great, fantastic little thing. But I've actually been using that in a combination with my Vietnamese coffee makers. I'll explain that to you in a minute. Let's just see if we can get some viewers in. Michelle's going to just share this out. And so we've just really recently discovered, and when I say recently, I mean in the last hour, that technically the camera, if I use the laptop, the camera will broadcast on 2 platforms. So I said, well, there's quite a few of you out there that only use Facebook and or predominantly use Facebook, and a lot of you that use YouTube. So let's give this a try, and you can let me know if if it works. Now, I will say I'm going to put a shared link. If you want to join a little WhatsApp community, there's no rush, Michelle. You can just do it a little bit later on. But okay. Michelle's going to share out a QR code. You can scan it with your camera, and you can join us on. So you can actually talk to us directly in WhatsApp if that floats your boat. And she'll put a link also, so that if you look on our Facebook page, Steve's Kitchen, or on the YouTube channel as well, and see if you can find a link to it. If you're into WhatsApp, we're trying it. It might fail and we may not continue to use it. So there are 5 people. Good day, everybody. Hello. There are people in. I don't even know if we're working on Facebook because I don't know much about it.
It's there.
Yeah? Right. Somebody say hello on Facebook. YouTubers say hello.
I'll say hello on Facebook.
And so today, this is another thing we've not done before. Today we've got episode 3 of Cycling in Taiwan going up, and I was been watching it this morning, and I thought we should have a chat with it. Who's that? Sally. Hello, Sally. So hope at the end of this live stream, episode 3 of Cycling Taiwan will be live immediately. So as this finishes, if you want to, you can get across and watch episode 3. I'd really appreciate it if you did. A lot of work editing it, but I want to have a chat with you about it. Let me get my coffee down and let's see who's in. I've just got to finish. I've got a tiny bit left to grind, and I'll show you why I've been using this little grinder. You have to kind of grind your own beans.
Okay, my Facebook's frozen. My Facebook's not working, so I shall go and reopen it.
You think we're live on Facebook, Michelle's on the glitch. So let me get the last of the beans down through. Ooh, smells good. Michelle's already got her coffee. Did have coffee before we started. Let me know when you're back online, Michelle, so you can see. I don't know if I can see comments on Facebook. It'd be nice if I could. Comments. Okay, yeah, I should be able to. Let me say hello. I'm not going to put a capital on there because I can't reach both hands. And see if anybody replies on Facebook. We don't know Facebook people, do we, guys?
So I'm going to say hello on Facebook just to see whether it works.
Don't leave YouTube. If you're a YouTuber, stay on YouTube. So once I've ground my coffee down into the bottom here, I take my Cafe Fin, my little Vietnamese coffee maker. What I tend to do, because a bit of coffee gets in the grinder there, I tap it into there, and then I add I'll do it over this little plate at the front here. So I add my coffee into the fin, tap it down, just get it a little level. I mean, you can basically just shake it side to side. A little bit of coffee falls out the bottom. I normally do this over the sink. Pop this is the Cafe Fin. It's a little filter. Pop that on top. My new little camping mug. Pop that over there. And I'm ready to brew. So I'm going to brew myself a coffee. So why did we do the Taiwanese cycling? We often ask ourselves these crazy things, Michelle. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure is we really enjoyed it. Let me just get some hot water.
Shall I come in? Shall I nick his chair while he's gone? So is anybody going to say hello to me so I know whether we're working or not? So I see Sally said hello. Hi, Sally. It's very weird having Facebook in here as well. Are you back?
I'm back.
You're back. There you go.
So, little trick here. Little trick when Michelle taught me this, so she started doing it, is in the bottom of the fin, a little fin, is you add a little boiling water. Try not to get it over your legs. This is not a sensible way of making it, Michelle. I can pour scalding water over my legs. Mm-hmm. Pop the fin back in there, so it adds, what it does, it sort of allows the coffee just to expand, you know, so it allows the coffee grains just to bloom a little bit. And then we top a little bit of coffee, a little bit of water on top of that, and just allow the coffee to bed itself before we start putting it into the cup. So, I mean, why did we cycle Taiwan? And I think if you watch today's video, episode 3, I kind of talk about this along with a number of other things. By the way, today's video is the first night that we really wild camped in Taiwan. It was a complete disaster. It was a complete disaster. Nothing like we expected. I've got coffee all over my
coffee grounds.
Yeah, all over my
I'm thinking
keyboard.
Coffee, no.
How did that get right the way over there from here? So, okay, let's get this coffee brewing. I've just got to now pick the fin up. Ooh, got that lovely smoky coffee bloom in there now. Add that little bit of water. Get my kettle down off the side here, and we top the fin up and then just pop the cover on the fin and be patient. Be patient. I'm going to top that up a little bit more in a moment or so.
Oh, you're tripping.
Overflowed. Overfilled. So I think one of the things a lot of you know from when we walk the joggle and you know, we walk from Land's End to John O'Groats, is that a lot of people wondered, why did we do something so harsh? And I explain it in this video. You watch today, you'll see a little bit me banging on about it's to feel alive, really. It's you know, even being here now, we came back to the UK for a short while. We had to had a few family affairs to take care of, and we're getting stir crazy. We feel like life is passing us by again, and we just want to get on and do things. And we're not great procrastinators. I am a procrastinator in some ways, but in other ways we just get on and do stuff. Do it. You come around a little bit, sweetheart. You're not in shock. Can you still see your?
Yeah, I can still see. Steve Sanka Home says, "Good to see you two back online."
Good day, Steve.
Steve.
Okay, good day, Steve. So you're leaning on the left handle, which means you're out of shot. Sorry, I'm going to make you.
It's all right.
I can turn the camera.
No, that's fine. I mean, I can see myself now.
So please let us know. Oh, I've got a little thumbs up there.
There you go.
What does it do if I do 2 thumbs up? That's something else, isn't it?
Oh,
fireworks.
Fireworks.
What do you think? I mean, are we mad? Are we crazy? I mean, it was hard. Today's episode was, when you see where we woke up, we're in a strange land, a country that's not familiar to us. It's thousands of miles from anything we can truthfully call home. We've rocked up into a town we've never been to before. We're desperately, the nights are drawing in. We're trying to find somewhere to camp. We find a place, turns out to be the worst decision that we ever make, and you'll see why in the video later on. It was, I'll allude to some of the things. It was so hot. I mean, everyone told us going to Taiwan and cycling towards the end of the year, it was going to be cooler. It was not. It was super hot. And Michelle and I are used to warm climates. We've lived in hot countries most of our life. But when you're in a tent, and this is the first time we'd ever put the tent up as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we borrowed a tent from the lovely Alec at Taipei Bike Works. What we didn't realise, we assumed because it was a two-man tent, it would be similar to our Elixir two-man tent that we'd used on the joggle. It was not. It was quite a lot more constricting. And so, we put this thing up, and you'll see in the video, we're like, oh. You know, you have to see this. Now, on top of that, it was so hot.
It was still, wasn't it?
There was no air movement. As the evenings came in, the air just stopped moving. If you were having a gale during the daytime, by the evening time, it just went. You know how at night time when you can hear sounds much further, like boop, boop, even if you whisper, you can hear the sounds. They travel better. But also, what quite often happens is the coolness, the stillness of the air. So we had this.
Oh, hello, Sally. You're on Facebook as well.
Hello, Sally.
You're trying them both. Good on you.
Well, it works anyway, Sally. Thank you, Sally. Because I just wanted to see, does it work on Facebook? I know there's a lot of Facebookers that don't use YouTube, so we thought we'd see if this works. Tell me what the picture's like. The sound. We're not doing microphones. We're just using the. So it might be a little bit room echoey because that. Happens.
And it was Steve from Dubai and Sri Lanka. It says Steve's get everywhere. He says we all love good coffee.
Yeah, we love good coffee. So now you can see I've got my little tin camping mug. I've got my Cafe Fin from Vietnam. This was one I bought while we were over in Vietnam on this visit, because after Taiwan we had to pop back via Hanoi. To get Michelle back to the UK, so it was a sort of long-winded. I think did we get these on that particular stop, or had we had them?
I think on that stop. Can't remember.
I'm just going to top.
I think on that stop.
And put a little extra water in there. You have to be patient if you want coffee from a Cafe Fin. It's almost like pour over filter coffee, but a little slower. The process is because you've got basically holes in the bottom of the fin. And holes, and sometimes actually if you get a little turn, so two sort of sieves sitting next to each other, they're drilled in such a way that they don't ever completely block each other, but they quite often can be so they're virtually blocking each other, and you get a very slow drip. So I found if you just do a tiny little twist between the base and the handle, those planets can realign.
That's what it is.
And also, and Michelle always said as well, sometimes if you don't mind it cooling down a bit quicker, take the top off, because you get a bit of a vacuum seal there.
Yeah, well, sometimes as well, I used to lift up just once, lift up.
Okay.
This bit, and just
So
to get rid of the vacuum.
There's all sorts of things you can do to just.
Because sometimes it doesn't seem to be going.
Yeah, sometimes you put it on and you can be there. The coffee's gone cold, and it's still sort of dripping through. And I think it's a combination of a little vacuum that you can cause with this lid. So I'll put it on a jaunty little angle,
yes.
And the lines, the planet's not lining up. Excuse me. So what was I saying then?
Well, we were talking about how still and warm it was in Taiwan.
So we'd moved over to this tent. So it was our very first night. You'll see the video. It is hilarious.
Have our coffee.
It is hilarious because there's no going back. We're not in our back garden. There's no other options. We haven't got a hotel to go to or an Airbnb booked, and you can't do it.
No, I had that little feeling when we started the joggle. Oh yes, it's going to be great. I can do this, and then I put my backpack on and walked the first 5 kilometers and thought, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And it was the same in Taiwan. We cycled the first day, struggled a little bit to find somewhere to camp. It was getting dark, wasn't it? Really I'm thinking, oh dear, but it's something we committed to sort of doing it, and we just do it, don't we? So
and a lot of people have said to us, Yeah, and a lot of the guides, you'll read these guides, most of them are rubbish. The Land's End to John O'Groats walking guides are complete nonsense. I mean, we bought one of the most famous books, and it was just blatant lies throughout the whole thing. Everything that the guy said in there was unachievable and unbelievable. But you get a lot of little things, like people will say, well, stop in a pagoda. You can always stop in a pagoda because, you know, pagodas are great there, even though it'll keep you out of the rain, which there wasn't any visibility, but it'll keep you out, and they're flat. Well, it's not actually true. I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons why you probably don't want to sleep in pagodas. There are very small caveats sometimes when you can do it, but as a rule, a pagoda quite often is near something like a town or a village or a city or a temple, but quite often near a pond or water. And consequently, imagine we're on a pagoda next to 6,000 decaliters of stagnant pond. And so we were bitten today. I was bitten.
And then because it was so still, the mosquitoes weren't blown away.
Some of you will remember the live streams. It was only the end of last year, so some of you will remember the live streams. So yeah, there was no wind, so the mosquitoes weren't going anywhere. They were the size of sort of, you know, bats, some of these mosquitoes. There was also a little friend that joined us, a little barking dog, but there was a dog, just like, I can't explain. If you're sat in a chair, imagine the chair nearest you. So there was a dog just looking at us in the tent. Now at this point, Michele and I are dripping in sweat. We haven't had the beauty of having a shower, you know, showering off, freshening, brushing our teeth, you know, getting into our sort of clean gear. We've just cycled from Taipei to whatever this town was called.
We didn't even know where we were, did we?
Didn't know where we were. So we just cycled, so you're hot and sweaty, and now we're trying to get into bed, being eaten alive by mosquitoes. And there's a dog just rocks up, and he just sits there, and he goes, ruff, ruff, ruff. If it was that pleasant, it wasn't like a cartoon dog. He's just barking. And there was, of course, because he's barking, every other wild dog in the park's barking. So there's this chorus, something like Lady and the Tramp, you know, when they're out looking for is it Lady and the Tramp where they're out looking, or is that is Lady and the Tramp with the Siamese cats?
Yes.
Okay. So when they're out looking, so they're all, one's barking, the other one's barking. So, but don't worry, because this went on all night. Well, I say all night. Let's be honest, we didn't sleep.
Well, he was talking to his mates, wasn't he? The dog. He was barking and set off his other one.
Yeah.
And set off his other one.
That's what I just said.
And set off his other one.
Michele just come to the realization. See, but yes, they were just going. Anyway, so that doesn't matter, because when he did occasionally pause, so you've got this roof, roof, roof. I can't do a dog bark. I need a coffee. How long are you going to be?
A little while.
I drink. This is not for show. This is the way I make coffee. Probably 2 or 3 times max, because I only have about 2 or 3 coffees a day. I grind it in this Haribo jelly coffee grinder, and I just let it drip. And I think it takes maybe 5 or 10 minutes to drip through. So anyway, when the dog stopped barking, what could I hear? Can you remember?
Your friend in the next pagoda.
Because pagodas are never put up in ones; they're always put up in twos. There's a homeless guy in the next pagoda, and he's got his radio on full blast. I mean, really loud. So it's like, and we're talking, what is it now? Maybe, I don't know, maybe only about 8, 9, 10 in the evening, because it's just got dark.
Yes. Hi, Goon
Gordon, how are you? So yeah, this guy, this homeless guy, he's keeping himself company. I mean, bless him. He's got his radio on. He doesn't know we're there.
No.
Because there's bushes everywhere. It's whole dark. Park is, and it's dark. He doesn't know that we're there, but he's got his radio on. And I put up with this. I mean, we're laying at this point, Michele and I, we haven't even put the proper top over the tent because it's too hot. So we've just got the net.
So taking the fly off.
Taking the fly off. So we're effectively, oh, and by the way, at this point, where we thought was this lovely little dark pagoda, all the park lights have come on. So now it's as light as this.
That was a bit of a recurring theme, wasn't it?
The end. That was the end. So it's as light as this. You can see, I can see Michelle, she can see me.
Hi.
But we're hot, so we're in our underwear.
Yeah.
We're just stripped down to whatever, you can't go completely, commando, but you can get right the way down to virtually nothing because you have to. It was too hot. So we're laying under basically a little bit of netting.
Very close together.
Very close together in a tent that was just about big enough to be called a two-man tent. It was, arguably it was a one-man tent that you could fart in, but it was not a two-man tent. Sorry,
What was he
Alec.
like?
It's no, I wasn't sorry to them because Alec kindly let us. But Alec, it was a small tent.
It was a small tent,
smaller than we imagined, but it was a very good quality tent.
Yeah.
A very good quality and slightly smaller than we expected tent, because we've been used to the MSR Elixir 2s, which actually where they had a place outside to store things, but this was like what would you call it? Like a mummy shaped.
Well, the thing was as well, it sort of went down by your feet as well. So you could sit up, but only at one point, and so we're shoulder to shoulder set up. There was no room.
It's like two people sleeping in a coffin and then they sort of get up.
He says sit down the other end, but you've only got that much room.
Yeah.
It was
so sometimes we'd have to, when we're getting up in the morning, Michelle have to sit down the end. She's sort of hunched over because she can't, because it's only probably about 18 inches maybe tops at the bottom. And even at the top end, you're still so one of us will get dressed, then get out, and then Michelle will have the whole boudoir to herself to get, and I'll go outside and get eaten to death by everything. So it's like pretty horrendous. So we've stripped down to the sweaty, grimy bodies. This is not elegant. We're laying in the middle of a park, fortunately, just us and the hobo, and suddenly the lights come on. So now we might as well be just outside, in our pants, bras, and so we couldn't sleep. Oh, I did take a little time out, didn't I? Because I went back. It was still, dark. It's only probably about 8-9 o'clock at night. So I got dressed and I went down to the town to buy a fan. I forgot about this.
Yes.
We have that fan somewhere.
We do.
Anyway, we got this little fan. It took me ages. I said to Michelle, I've got to go. I'll leave you in the park, on your Todd.
I sat in the tent because of the mosquitoes.
I'm going to get a fan. Imagining I'd come back with this sort of like industrial fan that would just blow the air through, blow the mosquitoes, of course, down. Well, I know I can't, but I'm hoping for something that's
it's got to be battery
powerful.
operated.
It's got to be battery operated and mustn't run the GoPro down. So it's got to be powerful enough to blow. So anyway, I'm pootling around the town. You'll see some of this in the video. So like I say, please enjoy this. What we're going to try and do is let me know what you think about this. We're going to try and do a live stream before most of the Taiwanese videos so we can get it fresh and chat with you about it. The coffee's very nearly ready, by the way. It's got down there. Would you grab me a little bit of milk?
I will do. Goonlove says he's going to Spain for a month in a camper. Can't stand this rain in the UK. It's like winter.
I thought
it's cold.
Can't stand going to Spain in a camper. But Gordon, you're so lucky. Isn't this weather in the UK amazing? I've forgotten how. We get some gorgeous days. Like yesterday was beautiful.
Yesterday was a beautiful day.
Yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. I like a little bit of milk in mine. A bit of organic whole milk. Can't beat it.
Absolutely.
So, so I went to the town, and I've noticed I do this a lot around my ear.
Do you?
I don't notice it generally.
Is it your tell?
I was going to say, would it be a tell? And I thought to myself, is it a tell? But I'm telling the truth. I don't vary from the truth at all. So it's not. But I think it's just maybe a nervous twitch. So I've gone into the town, and I've gone to shop after shop, and we're talking about, imagine the smallest town near you. So it's a little town, and you've got the odd, little spa shop maybe, and a bit of a supermarket thing going on. And they're all.
I think you went to get food as well, didn't you? I think it was food and a fan.
Fan was number one. Food was incidental. Heat was the first thing. So I got some. What did I get that time? I'm trying to remember what we got. It was something that we quite enjoyed. I got an ice cream, which was melted.
But the frozen smoothie thing, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah, so it was kind of melted by the time, but it was very cooling.
Yeah, it was in a cup.
So there was only about 3 shops I could go to, and one of them ended up being like a pound shop, like one of these inexpensive dollar shops, pound shops. So now I can just take that off. You see that the coffee has gone all the way down, so it's like a drip coffee. I pop that on top, so now that's contained. And to stop anything from dripping out the bottom, I pop that on the bottom, and I just put that over there, and my coffee is ready. Yum, yum. So I'm going to add a little splash of milk in there, not too much.
It's going to have to stir it like this.
No, I don't stir my coffee. I never stir my coffee. I might get you to put that away in a minute, Michelle.
Okay.
So I eventually went to what was like a very large $1 shop or pound shop. We're in the UK, so I'm back to calling things pound shops.
I'm laughing. Very large. It wasn't very large, was it? It was.
No, who said that?
You did. You said a very large pound shop.
No, it was a big shop.
How was it?
Yeah, it was quite a size.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was a little town. So.
No, it was a little town, but it was quite a big shop. The pound shops are always massive. They sell everything. You could get like a second-rate mop, a third-rate sort of dining table. You could get, umbrellas, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so there was a whole bunch of these fans on a shelf covered in dust. When boxes have got like thick dust on them, like nobody's ever looked at them. So every one of them, I never told Michelle about this, but every box was, I'm going to say inches, but we're really talking about microns, but it was thick with dirt. So I'm picking up the fans and I'm sort of wiping the dirt off on anything I can, so I can get into the box, and I'm having to get the sellotape off and get them out and look at them. And they were all a bit pants, to be honest. So eventually I found one that suited it felt quite blowy in the shop, and it had a USB charger, which is what I needed. So got back to Michelle. She's in the tent now, laying a bit hot. So I get in. The battery hasn't got much juice. It's got a big, long battery inside it, one of those sort of like you see on RC cars and things like that. So it's got a battery inside it. But this live stream, by the way, has to finish a few moments before the video goes up, so I can allow you time to go out and watch it. So,
hi, Chaminda.
Hi, Chaminda. How are you? So I turn it on, I hang it off the tag, turn it on, we lay down, it goes like that. You imagine somebody's by your ear and they're just going like a little gentle. So now we're looking at each other like, I said, is that better? Is that better? And the mosquitoes are flying into it. They're going up to it and going.
They're having a cool down.
It wouldn't even knock a mosquito off its cadence. There's mosquitoes flying right in front of the fan. It just about gets you. It's like that, or more like you're trying to get mist on a mirror, So, and it goes for about 5 minutes, and then just goes. I thought, oh Lord.
It was worth the walk, wasn't it?
It's worth the walk. So I have at this point, I've got a USB charger. So I did put the USB charger on it because even
using our precious power,
even seemed like it was worth it. So we're in this tent, and we are just dealing with the barking dog. The radio starts, and Michelle and I are trying to sleep. And we don't sleep.
Yeah, we don't sleep. And we're near a road, which we thought was going to quiet down.
Yeah, the road.
Yeah, we thought, it doesn't matter because it's a quiet town. It will quiet down once everybody's gone home. But that didn't work, did it?
There seemed to be, the guy who goes to work late, probably He's maybe doing some stuff in the supermarket, stacking the shelves or something like that. Well, they seem to just be constantly going past and every one of them had sawn off their exhaust pipe. So they were all on scooters and they were just going, like that. So that was that side. We got the dog barking. He's just sat there going, woof, woof. He never stopped.
No.
Never stopped. Why do dogs not get hoarse? Oh, I threw a rock, not at the dog. See, I did the tail there.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling the truth. I think this means I'm telling too much information. Too much information.
Yes, you threw a stone near to the dog.
Big rock. I went out and I said, go away. So I threw the rock, and I'm pretty accurate. I'm never going to hit the dog, but I threw it, and he sort of run away. And he's about, the other chair in the room that's not the one next to you, but the one that's just past you. Now he's at that chair. So he's a little bit. He's about another 3 or 4 feet away, barking away. So this goes on till about 2 o'clock I think about midnight. I go out in my beautiful underwear, probably looking like a model. I would imagine. I can only imagine a model.
Yeah,
Baywatch. Imagine Baywatch. All right. If I'd had a little red hat on and a little board, you'd have thought I was going to save somebody, but I wasn't. So I'm going out. I get out of the tent. I said to Michelle, I've got to go and tell this guy to shut that bloody radio up. So I go over. I can't be bothered to get dressed, and he's laying in. I think he's in a hammock. And I just politely, I said, oi, oi. I go, shh. I said, I'm trying to sleep like that. And he goes, oh. He looked at me and he sort of went, oh, okay. And he turned it down. No problem.
Yeah.
You've got to ask, right? I just couldn't get this. It wasn't good radio either. It wasn't like.
It was just keeping him company.
But he didn't need to keep the whole park company.
Well,
so
he probably didn't have neighbours.
So now he turns it down. No, he's not used to. He's thinking, what the hell are these guilo doing in the park? So anyway, this gentleman, he quietens down, and we sit there in this tent, and I think by about 2:30, I think we'd both given up.
Yeah.
We'd literally given up trying to sleep. The sun started coming up about 3, and we thought, well, we just have to not sleep. No, we have to not sleep. So we got up, and can you remember the morning?
The park was full.
It was full. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. The park was full. You have to watch the video. Yeah. Please watch the video. You have a look at what's going on in this park in the morning. The Tai Chi. There's this group of Falun Gong. It's hilarious. I mean, to me, it's hilarious. Just watch the video. It'll be going up in, what time is it now, Michelle?
About half an hour.
So in about 30 minutes, the video, you'll be able to see everything I'm talking about. So we very slowly and quite despondently start getting ready. We're not giving up. It's never going to happen.
No.
Sometimes you'll see us at the end of our tether, but we're not giving up. It's just an incidental. Okay, we live and we learn.
First night. Second night will be fine.
First night was brilliant. Second night's got to be good, right? It's got to be good. Can't get worse. Probably can. But so we get packed up. We head back into the town. Luckily there's 7-Elevens that are open 24 hours. So I think we get into the town about 5 or 6 o'clock, I think, because we've slowly getting up, and we're trying to sort of like freshen up and make ourselves not look too horrendous. We get into the little village or town where we are, and we sit and have a nice refreshing coffee.
Yeah, get ready for the day.
Get ready. Do a bit of charging. Yeah. Because did that 7 have a charging unit?
I think
it did. Yeah. No, all of them didn't. Some of them didn't.
No. Early on they did.
Yeah. So we're there. People are starting to go to, early birds are coming in, and eventually, with great gusto and enthusiasm, we set off. cycling, trying to find our way back onto the route. Now, one of the things I talk about in this video is navigation. I think we talk a little bit about the software I use for navigation, which is quite important because Google Maps is not your friend if you're a cyclist or a hiker. He is not your friend. So we use a different software. So we're up on like we have to go back up onto like a canal.
Yeah. So
it's not a canal, but it reminds me like a raised cycle path.
Pathway.
I made some little notes. So I think also in this video we start to address some of the pitfalls of what we've not learned, or what we're learning. You're going to start to see us learning. And this next, by the way, if you don't already know, Michele and I are already planning the next cycle ride. We're actually organising our bikes. You're going to see those over the next few days. We've got new bikes. I'm going to show you the bike setups, what we've got, and new equipment. So we're starting to learn, and you're going to hear me mention things like Brooks saddles, different bike setups, different tent setups, and it'll make sense to you why we've decided to go with the way we've gone. Have you shared this out on the community page at all?
No. Yeah.
So
do you want me to put the WhatsApp link into
here? Yeah.
Or?
I was saying to you earlier, if you're a WhatsApp fan, if you like WhatsApp, if you use, your Facebook and your WhatsApp, because they're part of the same company now, I think, Michelle's going to share a link on both here and on Facebook here. Sorry, I'm pointing towards the YouTube live stream. So on the comments in YouTube, and also a QR code, which you can just scan with your phone on the Facebook page. So I don't know if I can put a picture. I probably can put a picture on.
Okay, so it works. I was just checking.
Yeah. So if you scan that code, I think, now I could be wrong, it will take you to a WhatsApp page, like a community they're calling it. So let's see if that works. If you want to join the community, I've done a little announcement page.
Just join the chat.
Ben is already in there. I don't think Ben, who a lot of you know, who is a regular. He's already in there. Michelle's in there, so you can kind of message us.
Steve's in there.
I'm in there. I'm not going to live off it. I'll be honest. I'm not going to live on WhatsApp. I've got enough to do looking after.
It's a little bit for when we do this next adventure, isn't it? To sort of tell people where we are, if people want to come and actually join in.
Yeah,
that's one of the main reasons.
Yeah, that was the main reason.
Yeah.
The reason we were looking for a way that we could kind of much more quickly message you if you wanted to know what's happening on the next adventure. And even if you're living in the country, which I know a lot of people will be in the UK, for example, you could possibly even meet up with us and join us for a short section. So that's why the WhatsApp thing is there. It means that I can just make some little announcements occasionally. It might become a pain. If it becomes a pain, so be it. We'll see. So what does that do? That did there for the WhatsApp group. Now I've lost where I was.
We were talking about the things we were learning from this ride.
So we've got to watch it because we haven't got a lot of time.
No.
So in this episode 3, cycling in Taiwan, you'll hear me mention a few products, or not products, but products. Like I know predominantly, I remember saying something about Brooks saddles. Now, Brooks saddles are the saddles we were on. I mean, we didn't plan this extremely well. It doesn't matter that we didn't plan it extremely well. It's still fantastic to do, and it was still, I mention in this thing, if you can imagine Scott of the Antarctic, he's out in the Arctic. It's blowing a gale. There's blizzards going on. It's awful weather. Lovely coffee, by the way. Mm-hmm. He's not spending every day thinking, God, I'm so happy I'm in the Arctic with this, the biting winds. every moment he's thinking to himself, God, I wish I could be home in a warm bed with a nice mug of coffee made in a warm room. He's thinking that all the time. When you're producing stuff like we are, you don't think it, you say it. It doesn't mean he wouldn't rather be doing what he's doing. It doesn't mean that he's not up for being Scott of the Antarctic, or if you're solo sailing, or you decide to do some crazy adventure, canoe down the Amazon River. You're going to always have those moments where it's just like, what on God's earth am I doing here in this canoe being eaten by mosquitoes in the Amazon? Now, you can't say to those people, oh, why did you do it then? Why didn't you just stay at home and watch EastEnders? It's so important to live your dreams and live your life and do these things and challenge yourself, because it's, and for Michele and I, so although it feels like it's quite a hardship at sometimes, you're up to?
Just doing the thing on the community page for the WhatsApp and this and everything.
You're writing a story.
I am.
You better get across and read it. Michelle's written a veritable essay. So, have we got any comments at all?
Well, I say, Goon Love just said, I'm not getting notifications off of YouTube. Check your little bells then. I'm sure it is, but sometimes they turn it off, don't
Well,
they?
Goon Love, if you like WhatsApp, you can say hello to us on WhatsApp, and I'll try to respond to everybody who joins, if they do join. If anyone does join today, it's a WhatsApp community. So I think what it is people can't see. I don't think people can see your number at all. So I don't think it's quite safe. The idea is that it's kind of safe, but it's a place, I think it's a little bit like a forum. So you can go in there and sort of type things and other people can reply. So give that a try. So yeah, I think that the whole thing is what we're finding more and more in our life is we like to challenge ourselves, and we will be quite honest about it. I'm not going to say if I'm laying in a park covered but in sweat, being bitten by mosquitoes, that this is where I want to be. Nobody's going to say this is exactly where I want to be right now. And if the rest of my life could be sat in this park being barked at by a dog and eaten by mosquitoes, well, I've died and gone to heaven. No, it's bloody awful, but it's also at the same time, it's bloody brilliant. It's just the best feeling in the world to be that close to the edge of, your capabilities. I'm not, well, I wouldn't even say abseiling. I was going to say I'm not abseiling down a cliff front or anything, but actually that's quite mild. Done abseiling before, it's great fun compared to what we were doing. So watch the video. You'll see a little bit of what I'm talking about. Have a laugh at what happens in the park in the morning. Now, this episode, you'll see a section of us. I think what I've learned also is maybe I've got to change some of the filming angles, but I quite like the GoPro predominantly is on my chest, so you get to see where we're going. In this episode, it sort of culminates in we haven't slept, and I remember thinking, okay, I'm surprised how okay I feel considering I've missed a whole day of sleep.
Yeah, we were okay. We had energy.
But then we hit a wall. I mean, later on we started hitting sort of like walls of sort of giddiness, walls of tiredness. So I won't say where this video ends because you've really got to watch it and see what happens. All I can say is it's the really although it's episode 3, it's kind of episode 1 in a way, because it's the start of the challenge, and it's the wake up realization of what Michele and I are actually doing, and how that we've jumped out of the aircraft doors, and now we've got to start looking for the ripcord, because we're in a position where there's no turning back. Right? There's no turning back. What is that song? What is that song? Who sang it? I want to say, well, where
You have to give me a bit more of a clue.
No, it's just call your dad and he'll end it all. What's that song? Common People. So there isn't just a little phone call that you can make it all go away. We couldn't ring someone and just sort of say, just no. can we just go to that lovely hotel and get rid of all this stuff and clean up and lay in a big feather bed? That wasn't going to happen. So that may be somebody joining. I'll have a look later on. If you want to message in there, do feel free to message. But I probably got to accept you. Let me just.
No, I think it was our mate Ben.
Is Ben in there?
Yeah, he says.
Well, come and join us, Ben. So that's the wrong app.
Shall I answer him?
No, he'll come in if he wants.
Or is he saying what time?
Well, now.
That's what I was just going to say.
So you, there we go. That's the sort of connection you could have if you come and join the WhatsApp group. I will actually have a look and see if anyone's requested.
Goodlove says we'll join the WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
he said his bell's on.
Yeah, bell's on
for YouTube.
Oh, I'm not going to.
No, we're not going to live in it, but it will be a case of maybe once a day we'll say, hey, we're going to be this is where we will be tomorrow if you want to come and join us and cycle and yeah. But you guys can chat amongst yourselves in there as well, apparently, can't you?
I believe so, yeah. I'm not going to put sort of moderators or anything like that at the moment. We'll just keep it as it is and sort of, see if anyone wants to come in. We are, and I do need to talk a little bit. This video is going up at 1 o'clock GMT, so Greenwich Mean Time, local British time. I have to, each country we move to, I kind of got to, work out the timing. So I don't know if this works well for you or not.
We try to keep it the same.
Try to keep
times,
it the same.
But it's at odd times.
You'll be in South Korea and it's going at sort of 3 in the morning or something, or you'll be, in Mexico and it's going, so we've always kind of tried to keep roughly the same time, but we do occasionally, I do appreciate that occasionally we get it wrong.
Yeah. You've edited all of the Taiwan series and it's ready to go.
Well, I've still got some work to do on some of them.
Yeah, but it's they're ready to go now. Next episode is ready.
So what we're going to do is tomorrow, watch the video episode 3 today. Tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing with you the process for the next project. You know where we are. We're not anywhere at the moment. We're in the middle of, we're in sort of like no man's land. So tomorrow, we'll do that. The following day, episode 4, and I edited it last week, and I've already forgotten because I think there are about 14 episodes I'm going to have when this is all completed. So episode 4. So we're going to try and put up a Taiwanese cycling episode every second day. We've just got to work on trying to get the final renders done, upload the thumbnails as we want to do. So any suggestions, we can make some tweaks. I don't really want to make tweaks at the moment. I had a message from, I won't say names. I had a message. Somebody said that they didn't like the music, the honey music. I love that music. Michele and I, we love it. But I do appreciate it's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not going to change it. It's part and parcel of the vibe for this particular series. And I love the clips. The clips that are in there all mean something very much. And some of them you're going to see them featuring in upcoming videos. There's
and it's just short little intros.
Yeah, yes, it's only I think it's a 10-second max intro, and it's all clips from the series, and it makes me smile. So that's going to stay as it is. But I do appreciate the feedback. If anybody out there wants to come into the WhatsApp, share their opinions, share their thoughts, do it here, do it on Facebook. Maybe, I'm not sure if we're going to always do the live streams on Facebook. We'll see what sort of views and what sort of feedback we get from Facebook. I don't use Facebook. I'll be honest with you. If you message me on Facebook, I don't see it. Michele might tell me, but I've never used Facebook. Never. Not before I started YouTube. I never had a Facebook page or profile. So I don't fully understand I choose not to understand it. I don't particularly, it's for no other reason. So we might, if some of you do like Facebook, I'll do it. It's not too difficult. It's a much more complicated interface. I mean, YouTube is go live, put the title, pop a thumbnail on. Facebook's it's like sat in front of a fighter jet. Is your dashboard, your insights, your settings, your interactivities, distribution settings, monetization. I'm reading them as I was saying, and then your feedback. And there's all these within them. There's drop down menus with all this sort of like, do you want people to be able to go hoo-hoo, or do you want them to go? If they go hoo-hoo, they get banned, and you think, oh, I don't, just put the video up, please, and let people comment. So it's probably better, and I'm sure a lot of people love that sort of granular ability to get into the grit and sort of change things up. I think you can put filters on and make myself even more beautiful, which is pointless. I mean, you can't really.
It's just different, and you're not used to it. You're used to YouTube. You know how it works.
I thought this was kind of good. I thought this was YouTube or Facebook. It's actually the Mac. It's nothing to do with.
They do that.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to give you? Oh, they don't only do like mine.
Yeah. So this is not this. I thought, oh, that's a new thing YouTube are doing, and then it came up on Facebook. It came up on YouTube, and I thought, okay, that's not right. It's the camera that I'm using that's doing it. There's another one, isn't there? There's is it okay?
Oh, so we can't both do it.
No, was it okay?
I don't know. Can't remember.
I can't remember. There's another one.
Yeah.
There's one that does hearts.
Oh yeah, that was where you had to do a heart, wasn't it?
Was it?
I don't think you can do it in front of your face. Oh, you can. Look at that.
Look at that. Now that's going on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yeah, but I think because it's, I don't know.
So we're gonna wrap up soon. My coffee is pretty much. I drink coffee cold, so my coffee's gone pretty cold. We've got how many minutes?
8 minutes until the episode 3 is ready to watch.
So now is the time. You've got 8 minutes to ask your questions. There is a link to episode 3. You can't see it at the moment, so if you click it at the moment, it will tell you one or two things. It'll either say it's not there. Maybe don't share it until very close to the time.
All right then.
Because it's not live.
No.
And do come across I'm sorry I haven't really seen who's in today. If you're lurking, say hello. If you're lurking, say hello. I think I'm going to go into the.
What are you doing?
I'm going to say hello. Oh no! See, no, you guys won't be able to see it because none of you have joined yet. I'm going to put a little wave in the group. Right. Now let me say, if I've covered everything I wanted to, I think I have.
There we go. Just getting ready to put that link in, but not yet because it's not ready.
We couldn't put it early, could we?
Well, we can, but just the people, they will just open a page and it won't. I think it just says it's not.
Okay.
It's private. I think it will just say it's private.
So can we see if anybody's watching on Facebook at all? Can you see any numbers? If anybody decides to. Sally, did you decide to stay? Did you stay on YouTube or did you go over onto Facebook? And is it better to watch on one platform or the other?
Yeah, which one's better?
Or should I try Instagram? Should we do YouTube and Instagram? I don't know if that could be done.
I think that possibly could.
Yeah.
Try that one. See whether that works.
Oh, lovely and strong, that coffee. So that's quite a good way of making coffee. I use this, I call it the Haribo, but it's Hario.
Haribo's jelly sweets, isn't it?
It is jelly sweets. I grind that up in the morning time. Before I even brush my teeth in the morning, I go and I get the coffee. I put a little bit of coffee beans in here, pop it in the top, grind the coffee, and I get it brewing. So I get, because you saw how long at the beginning, how long it took to make. I get it sort of brewing, and then I go to the bathroom and get myself all sorted, and by the time I come out the coffee's ready. So
So that's why it doesn't seem so long, because you're busy doing other things. But when
Yeah.
you're sat in front of a screen and a camera waiting for it to drip through, it takes rather a long time.
Do you remember in Vietnam when you used to make it?
Yeah.
Or one of us would have to make it. I think Michelle made it
I
more
did
often,
tend
to be frank. But then she had to do two. So she had to do. We had two of these cafe fins, and she got it down to a fine art.
did.
So we make
But
a coffee.
sometimes one would be made quicker than the other. And we had our specific cups, so sometimes mine would be ready first, and I'd be drinking it, and his would still be going.
Yeah, because mine we bought two cafe fins. One was slightly bigger than the other,
that's
because I
right,
drink
yeah.
a bit more coffee than Michelle. I had
So
my
mine
cups generally larger.
frequently was ready before yours.
So we found the big one was a little bit slower,
Yeah.
if I remember.
Yeah.
So any comments before we go?
So you've got 5 minutes until episode 3 will be available to watch on YouTube, and hopefully you'll get a notification. But Gordon, if you don't, you know that I'm going to leave a link in a minute.
I think we can probably end the live stream here now.
Yeah. So let me just put the link in there. That's
We've
to
had it.
say that's where it is, and it just will be available soon.
Have you done it on Facebook as well?
I have. Yes, I've done it on both.
All right. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to try. I keep hearing what sounds like a delivery coming, but I'm going to try and do a live stream 2 days from today, same sort of time, an hour before the video. Now, I don't know if that's going to just, on the analytics, that's going to just destroy the video and people won't see it because they'll have watched the live stream and you can't be bothered. You can't be bothered. Are you our friends or are you not our friends? Please get and watch it.
And do share it with just maybe one other friend, and maybe
share it with a friend. Share the love.
Share the love and get this video.
I'm going to do it again.
Oh, I want to do the thumbs up.
My share the love is setting off the.
Yeah, no, you've got to do the heart. So there you go. Share the love. I've got a heart. Even if on my face it works.
I think if it's. There we go.
And give us a thumbs up, because you know I love my thumbs up. There we are. See,
there's another one. Okay, there was a one with fireworks.
Oh, you did fireworks up. The two thumbs up. We have to have a little practice.
Probably going to get against a white background.
Yeah.
No, that's just a rabbit. That's just a.
Yeah.
That's just a shadow rabbit, isn't it?
Absolutely.
There's another one.
Yeah.
I'll work it out for the next.
And there will be a video you say going up tomorrow as well that is not Taiwan related.
We've just filmed the. Are we putting up the bike video?
I believe so. Yeah.
So we've literally just yesterday finished off the last section of our brand new bikes. And if I think, is it uploaded?
Yes, that one's ready.
I've got to work on a thumbnail.
Yes, you have.
That's for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you can see that video tomorrow. You'll see our new bikes. How exciting is that? You'll see our new bikes, why we're excited about it. You see them in their sort of bare bones. We're going to be strapping things on. By the time we've finished getting these bikes ready, we are going to look like a pair of hobos, because we're going to have bags and boxes and
2 minutes, so we got to finish this.
All right. Okay. So, love to you all. Shall I end Facebook first?
Bye,
or
Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
Love you.
Check out the video link straight down below.
Yeah.
If Facebook lets us, there is a link to the YouTube video.
If
Facebook doesn't let us, please pop across to our, shouldn't really say it, YT channel.
Yes.
And just watch the new video.
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
You'll love it.
You will love it, and you'll start to understand all the nonsense I'm talking about. Take care. Love you. See you next time.
Bye.
So I think if I hit that button there, button there.
That's fine. That's all gone.
That video is ended.
Bye, Facebook.
YouTube. Love you all.
Yeah.
You can see 100% the link that Michelle has left. Will be live in
about 1 minute.
In about 1 minute.
Maybe chance to make a quick cup of tea or coffee.
Get yourself a cup of tea. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Drink of your preference. Sit down and watch episode 3. Laugh at us. Laugh with us. Have fun. And we will see you again tomorrow. Not in the live stream. We'll do the day after the next. But tomorrow you can get to see what the new bikes are going to look like. Take care. See you next time. Cheerio. I think we've got to click end as well.